Hey everybody, welcome back to TPS. I'm here, you're here, let's get started. NFL owners seem to, I just had the flu, so I'm a little out of it. Still recovering. So bear with me this video. NFL owners seem to live a luxurious life at first glance. They're worth billions of dollars, own fancy cars, houses, and yachts. And it has to be pretty cool to be the boss and have firm control over a sports team supported by millions of fans. But not all NFL owners live what may seem like the perfect life. Rather, some of these owners, past and present, have found themselves embroiled in some embarrassing and unforgivable scandals. I'm Justin Fraction, and today we present the 10 most embarrassing scandals involving NFL owners. At TPS, we post videos every single day, so don't forget to click the subscribe button to subscribe. Then click the notification bell to be notified when we post a new video. And hey, if you have any ideas for videos, leave them down below. You never know, we might use one, give you a shout out. You won't have to write it. Alex will write it, and then we'll put it up here, and one of us will do it, because that's what we do here at TPS. Number 10, Bob McNair's racist comments against his own players. Before a 2017 game against the Seattle Seahawks, over 30 Houston Texans players knelt during the national anthem. It was one of the many cases during the 2017 season where NFL players would kneel to protest social injustices against minorities. That didn't sit well with late Texans owner Bob McNair. During a meeting between Roger Goodell and league executives, McNair was quoted by ESPN as saying the following comments in regards to the anthem protests. "We can't have the inmates running the prison." It was later reported by ESPN that many Texans players wanted to leave practice after hearing the statement, but they were talked into staying. Dwayne Brown was one of the many players hurt by the comments. He said his initial emotions made him want to leave the building completely. McNair issued a statement and apologized for his words, and the players seemingly moved on from it quickly. Still, a racist comment from one of the league's more respected owners was quite a blemish on McNair's reputation. Number 9, Jerry Jones elevator photos. Jerry Jones watched as Cowboys win 3 Super Bowls within his first 7 years of ownership. Back in the 90s, Cowboys fans must have admired Jones, knowing that he was always going to be committed to putting a winner on the field. But as evidenced by his firing of Jimmy Johnson, his longtime loyalty towards Jason Garrett, and his refusal to stop being so hands-on, it's clear that Jones is fine with his team being mediocre at best. That's why he lost a lot of love and support from Cowboys fans. In 2014, Jones' reputation took another hard hit when photos surfaced on the internet of him posing with strippers in an elevator. The photos showed him groping the strippers, and it was pretty embarrassing for a man who's been married for over 50 years. Jones said the photos were misrepresented and refused to comment any further. Number 8, Jim Irsay's DUI arrest. Indianapolis Colts owner Jim Irsay was arrested in Carmel, Indiana, in March 2014 for being under the influence of alcohol and drugs. He pled guilty and was handed a 1-year probation sentence and had his license taken away for 1 year. Irsay entered rehab to deal with his drug addictions and was ordered to undergo drug testing every month. The NFL suspended Irsay for 6 games and handed down a $500,000 fine. During Irsay's suspension, his daughter Carly took over control of the team. Irsay has been able to keep it clean and has since avoided further trouble, but at the time, this was quite a humiliating incident for one of the most powerful men in the NFL. Number 7, Art Modell relocates Browns to Baltimore. The Cleveland Browns were founded in 1946, and over time, the football franchise stole the hearts of the city's residents. The Browns were everything to the loyal Clevelanders, and the idea of them ever relocating seemed ludicrous until it actually happened. Owner Art Modell promised to never move the team. This was while he voiced displeasure over Cleveland Stadium, which was in need of either being replaced or simply undergoing major renovations and upgrades. Still, the fans took Modell by his word and thought the team would never leave. But in 1995, Modell broke the hearts of Clevelanders by announcing his plan to relocate the team to Baltimore. Modell didn't receive funds for building a new stadium in the city, and he couldn't pass up the chance to move to Baltimore. Protests took place. Season ticket holders filed lawsuits. Fans taunted Modell by displaying signs and merchandise that read "Muck Fodell." Simply put, the Browns fans viewed him as the ultimate bad guy forever. Well, the good news is that the Browns were reactivated for the 1999 season, so Cleveland got their football team back. But it still wasn't enough to erase the pain and misery that Modell brought upon the millions of Cleveland natives by relocating the team. Number 6, Dan Snyder, Redskins cheerleading topless photo shoot. There may not be a more disliked owner of professional sports right now than Dan Snyder of the Washington Redskins. Fans in DC have gotten sick and tired of his poor ownership and management, the spike in ticket prices, and of course, the fact that he's simply okay with his team being nothing more than mediocre on an annual basis. It just seems like more and more incidents pop up with this guy every year. but this one that was revealed in 2018 may be the worst of all. In 2018, the New York Times published an article where Washington Redskins cheerleaders detailed a disturbing photo shoot that took place in Costa Rica back in 2013. Some of the cheerleaders had to pose topless or wear body paint, even though they were told that none of this would take place. But sure enough, the women were forced to do something they weren't comfortable with. Worse yet, some of the cheerleaders were ordered to spend an evening with men who were sponsors for the Redskins. The cheerleaders felt like they were being pimped out, which you know is wrong and sickening. It's not known for sure if Snyder orchestrated the scandal, but he is the one who owns the team, so some of the blame fell on him. And the fact that he didn't seem to take any action makes the whole incident even more disturbing. Number 5. Robert Kraft soliciting prostitution charges. Long viewed as the best owner in the NFL right now, Robert Kraft's sparkling clean image went downhill rapidly in February 2019 when police in Jupiter, Florida hit him with 2 charges for soliciting prostitution. Kraft was one of the 25 men who was allegedly involved in a sex trafficking ring, and it was said that the Patriots owner was caught on video receiving sexual acts. He pleaded not guilty to the charges and denied participating in any illegal activity. And so the Patriots Super Bowl 53 championship hurrah didn't last long. Love or hate the Patriots, Kraft's alleged involvement in this disturbing case left another stain on the team's dynasty. Though the Pats have come under fire for the Spygate and Deflategate controversies, Kraft himself remained one of the most respected and admired owners in professional sports. And that all changed after news broke of his involvement in this prostitution case, however. Number 4. Colin Kaepernick collusion case. Former San Francisco 49ers quarterback Colin Kaepernick made the headlines during the 2016 preseason when he kneeled during the national anthem. When questioned about it, Kaepernick said he simply couldn't stand for a country that oppresses black people and people of color and mentioned the issues with police brutality across America. Kaepernick started a protest movement with countless NFL players since following suit and deciding to kneel during the national anthem as well. Kaepernick and the 49ers parted ways after the 2016 season, and he's been kept out of football ever since. And since Kaepernick became a free agent, some quarterbacks far less talented than him have been signed. This includes Mark Sanchez and Josh Johnson, with the latter going 7 years without playing an NFL game. During the 2017 season, Kaepernick filed a lawsuit against the NFL, alleging that NFL owners had colluded to ensure he doesn't get back into the league. In February 2019, the NFL and Kaepernick reached a settlement to end the case, though the terms were made confidential. Still, the collusion case was a major scandal for the owners. The collusion case may be settled now, but don't you dare think that this scandal will be forgotten about anytime soon. Number 3. Robert IRSAY relocates Colts to Indianapolis. The Baltimore Colts were a proud franchise led by franchise icons such as Johnny Unitas and Raymond Berry. The Colts were one of the most successful sports franchises in America. This included a trio of NFL championships and 1 Super Bowl victory. The folks in Baltimore admired and loved owner Robert IRSAY. He's one of the most respected men in the city's history. The state of Maryland absolutely loved their Ravens, and they never thought IRSAY would turn his back on them. IRSAY promised he would never move the franchise and infamously said, "This is my team." It was no secret that the Colts needed a new stadium, but IRSAY seemed like a man determined to keep the team right where they started. But while Baltimore natives were sleeping on March 28, 1984, IRSAY worked out a deal with the city of Indianapolis. They offered him the money, complex, and Hoosier Dome. Everything IRSAY wanted, he got. So in a move that broke the hearts of Baltimore, IRSAY sold out and moved the Colts to Indianapolis, where they have remained ever since. It stung the Baltimore fans in many ways, especially since IRSAY vowed to keep the team right there. But of course, he managed to finalize the relocation deal overnight, meaning Baltimore fans woke up to horrible relocation news. The only good news out of this, of course, is that Baltimore now has the Ravens, who have won 2 Super Bowls. But to this day, the late IRSAY is still viewed as a traitor and villain to many of the Baltimore football fans. Number 2. Edward J. DeBartolo Jr.'s corruption/felony charges. Scandals aside, Eddie DeBartolo Jr. is widely recognized as one of the greatest and most accomplished sports owners in history. He oversaw the 49ers dynasty of the 80s and 90s, which produced 5 Super Bowl championships. DeBartolo was there to see the likes of Joe Montana, Jerry Rice, and Ronnie Lott build this team into a historic powerhouse. DeBartolo was also elected to the Pro Football Hall of Fame, ensuring that his place among the greatest NFL owners in history remains intact. Again, that's if you want to ignore the embarrassing scandals that overshadowed his accomplishments. DeBartolo's struggles began in 1992 when a waitress he met in the San Francisco area accused him of sexual assault. Though DeBartolo rejected the allegations, he gave the waitress $200,000 to end the case. In 1998, DeBartolo was charged for getting involved in a corruption case centered around Edwin Edwards, who was previously the governor of Louisiana. DeBartolo was hit with a $1 million fine and handed 2 years probation. The NFL suspended DeBartolo for the entire 1999 season, and the embarrassing scandal was too much for him to bear. DeBartolo stepped down as owner and handed the team over to his sister Denise York, who now runs the team with husband John and son Jed. Talk about a fall from grace. Number 1. Jerry Richardson's sexual misconduct incidents. The former NFL player became owner of the Carolina Panthers when the franchise was founded in 1993. Richardson was among the most liked and respected owners for over 2 decades. Under his ownership, Carolina reached 2 Super Bowls and became a top team in the NFC throughout much of the 21st century. But in December 2017, Richardson's legacy and reputation took a huge hit. Sports Illustrated reported that numerous employees complained about Richardson making inappropriate sexual comments. Richardson also used a racial slur towards one of the team's black scouts. It was also reported that Richardson paid out settlements with at least 4 employees. The scandal completely ruined the image of Richardson, and he didn't waste any time moving out of the spotlight. Richardson sold the Panthers to Pittsburgh billionaire David Tepper after the 2017 season. And with that, 2.5 decades of ownership from Richardson went down the drain. What other embarrassing NFL owner scandal should we have included on our list? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and see Avengers Endgame in theaters. Don't spoil it yet, but watch it. We'll see you guys next time.